Hello, this is Akiko Sudano in StampinInTheMeadows.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Downingtown, Pennsylvania. And welcome. I'm going to make a Mother's Day card today with the beautiful Timeless Tulips set. And let's... Let me get myself situated, and I think I'm all set. So I'm going to make this beautiful Mother's Day card, and it's made with the Timeless Tulips stamp set. Hi, Kay. Welcome. Thank you very much for joining me today. And this is the Timeless Tulips stamp set, and it's in the new catalog. And it's got that really sweet Happy Mother's Day greeting. And so that's what inspired me. Plus, I am so ready for spring, and I just absolutely love yellow tulips. And so I wanted to make a card with yellow tulips. So let me put things aside. And I'm just hoping that today's not... Hi, Chi. Thank you for joining me. I hope it's not too complicated and it doesn't run too long. So I've tried to do a lot of things ahead of time. First thing that I did was I took I'm using So Saffron as the card base, and then I took a piece of soft seafoam cardstock and I ran it through the Parisian Flourishes embossing folder, and I think that's one of my go-to embossing folders. I think it's so pretty. So I'm going to just use a little snail, put it on the back, and put it on the card base. Just start with that. I've already taken care of this ahead of time. And so let's put this on here. And also this one, I've got the Timeless Tulip Bundles. Hi, Amy. Thanks for joining me. The Timeless Tulip Bundles comes with the Tulip Builder Punch, and so you can punch the large tulip, but I decided to use all three tulips, and so I had to do a lot of fussy cutting, and I went ahead and I did that ahead of time. So first thing I'm going to do is I have also a piece of the Perennial Essence Designer Series paper, and I've cut that to 2 inches by 5 inches, and I'm going to run that through the triple punch to create a fishtail bottom for that. And then there we go. And then we'll just put that on the side here. So I'm going to put snail on the back of that. And then we'll figure out where we are and put it like maybe about a 1/2 inch from the edge or so, and align the top with the there. So I think the card base is pretty. Hi, Patricia. Thanks for joining me. So I think that's pretty much good. So I'm going to put that aside. And one of the things that I did was I went ahead and I fussy cut all these little tulips. You can see them there. But next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, and this is the largest of the the layering circles dies. This is the largest scallop circle. And then this is the stitched shape dies. And I'm just going to put some more snail on the back of that and adhere that together. And I went ahead and I pre-die cut these two so that it would go a little bit, so it wouldn't take too much time. But I did save, let's see here. There we go. Yeah, that looks good. So I'll put this aside, and then I'm going to stamp the large tulip because I have the punch to cut that out. So I'm stamping the tulips using Daffodil Delight ink. And what I did was I first was going to make the card base Daffodil Delight, but that was just a little bit too bright. So I went ahead and went with So Saffron. And the tulips, I decided to make those in Daffodil Delight. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Close this up. And then I use the Tulip Builder punch, and I'll align those up and punch it out. So many goofy shadows. Maybe a little higher. There we go. Trying to angle this against the light. To minimize the shadows on the punch. I think that's a little, there we go. Maybe there. Nothing, there it goes. That came out pretty good. Good. I guess lining your punches up is one of the things that people can get very fussy about, picky with. All right, so then this next part, and I already went ahead and I stamped 3 stems, and I stamped those in Pear Pizzazz ink, and one each of the fairly long leaves, and I fussy cut those out, and that's also in Pear Pizzazz. So next thing I did, and this is really kind of the hardest part, was just trying to, let me bring the original card over here to kind of see how they go, because what I want to do was I wanted to have all the stems come together about right here, so that I could put so that they could look like they're being tied up with a bow. So that's what you want to do. You want to kind of angle these things, arrange them, and will so that they look kind of good on the circle. And then you want to kind of put these put the stems on. And what I did was I just used a little glue dot on right here on the stem, so that I could kind of hold it. So this, stay there. There we go. So this one's going to be there, and then this one's going to go about here. So put that down, and then get one more glue dot for the top. And things, I don't know, things are always moving around with me. So put another glue dot on top of that, and then put the last stem on top there. And you want them to overlap a little bit. And then also, once you get it in there, you can move things around. I think this one I want to twist a little bit there, and then just kind of smash that down. Okay. All right, so now we've got that lined up. So then I'm going to take and I'm going to adhere these little flowers, the ones on the side. The ones on the side I'm going to put down with, and I lost my, oh, here we go. Here are my tweezers. I'm going to put those down with multi-purpose liquid glue, and just kind of put them on here. Is that, that looks good. So you just kind of play with it and futz with it, and then put this guy over here. And I just kind of put glue in the center. Hopefully I'm in the camera okay here. Good. Put this one kind of on the side here. All right. And then I'm going to go ahead and add some glue to just a little bit to the top of these 2 stems, all 3 of the stems, Just a little bit of wisp of glue. See, I don't know if you can see the glue there. And see, now this guy's not going under there. There we go. But slide him under there and slide that one. That's good enough. Doesn't have to go all the way. And then there. So then we'll put dimensionals on this, on the back of this flower. I'm going to just take him out of the tweezer for now. Put the dimensionals on. One more. There we go. And pull the backings off. Now I'll use my tweezer to line it up. There. And it's okay if some of the petals goes over the edge of the circle, and it's okay if you have like a little bit of gap like that. That's fine too. And which one? This one is on this side, so I put that one there. Then so I put a little bit of liquid glue on the end here. And put that on there. And then put the other leaf that goes up this way. These leaves, you can do them any which way. And they all look good. There. There. So I've got this built. Now what I want to do is because these stems are awfully long, so then I just want to take my scissor, kind of figure out where they are, and kind of cut them off a little bit. And I'm just kind of using like a little raggedy. I wonder if you could even tear these. I wonder what that would look like, but just kind of give them a little trim. Doesn't have to be straight. Because when I cut these, I cut them with just a little bit of white around it, and you don't have it. I don't have that anymore. So okay, so this guy is ready to go. So I'll put this aside, and I went ahead and I die cut one of these little labels, and this is from the Stitch So Sweetly die set. And what I did was then I'm going to stamp this with the pear pizzazz. This is the greeting, the Happy Mother's Day sentiment, and I'm going to stamp this in pear pizzazz, kind of on the center, and hopefully I get this straight. There we go. On the sentiment. Ooh. I knew that I was going to end up making a mess here. So I have to, let's see, I've got extra paper. Here we go. So I'll have to cut another one. I was hoping that I could get that cut ahead of time without making a mess of it. And then it's like when you have a die cut like that, it's like you can't turn it over to redo it. So there. So that's stamped, and I'll get the die. That's much better. Let's see. These are the Stitch So Sweetly dies, and I used the second to the smallest one of these. I just love the scalloped edges here. So I'm going to take this over to my die cutting machine, and I will be right back. So hopefully I get this straight. No, there we go. There we go. There we go. That's so much better, right? Oh. Put this aside. All right. All right. So then what I want to do is take my card, and I want to arrange, make sure that I kind of have room for the label and room for the flowers. Just kind of do that. So I kind of position them first, and then I'm going to pop these up with dimensionals. So I can, let me go ahead and put those on. So this week is a big week coming up because they're going to have the Celebration second release starting on Tuesday, which that's going to bring us five new additional items, 3 new stamp sets, and 2 new sets of designer series paper, and it's so beautiful. I haven't purchased any of it yet. Can't do it upside down, but I've seen the gold foil designer series paper. It is so pretty, and then some embossed vellum that's also very pretty. I love dealing with vellum. So we've got that down, and we're going to pop the circle up too. And so that the second release starts on Tuesday, which is good because I don't know if you've noticed, but some of the current items have sold out. I think that's good enough. So Celebration is such a great time, and I just love all the freebies that Stampin' Up offers. So let's see here. Well, make sure you've got some room on the top. Make sure you've got some room on the bottom. And these don't really have to go, because they're kind of on a diagonal, so there's not really a top or a bottom that you have to worry about keeping straight. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to put, I need to put like little strips of dimensionals underneath the stems. So see how I cut that one and made like a little strip? I'm going to slide this just under there so that it stays. Otherwise you just don't want somebody to rip the stems off. So give it a little something, and when it's like this reminds me of you remember the paper pumpkin, the birch trees and the paper pumpkin set that they had at Christmas time? They were so pretty, but you needed to cut such thin pieces of dimensional to make them stand up. I'm going to just stick this one down here, and then I will pull the paper off there. There. This way. But this way, if you put a little bit of dimensional on the back there, then you still have the where it stands up, and yet and people aren't going to accidentally rip that off. Okay, so next thing we're gonna do is I used the Daffodil Delight ruched ribbon, and I made a bow, and I'm gonna take another glue dot and attach the bow right where the all the stems come together, right there and there. Then my final touch for the front is I was looking for different rhinestones and stuff, and I decided that what I liked the best was just using a pearl that I had colored with the Daffodil Delight Stampin' Blends, and used that for the front. There, so that's the front the card front, and that's done. So for the inside, what we're going to do is stamp a tulip with the stem, and then just add another little piece of the designer series paper on the bottom there. So I'm going to start by stamping the stem, and I'm going to stamp that in Pear Pizzazz ink just along the side there, along the left side of the paper. And I just did that full strength. And then take the one of the leaves. I think this is the same leaf that's on this side of actually this way. I'll do it that feels better to me. And then just stamp that on the edge there. That's done. And then get our tulip and put the tulip in with Daffodil Delight ink. And thank you, Kay. There. Again, I've got some spacing on the bottom there, but it's fine. It does. I think that with this stamp set, it looks like it's in the shade or something, or you can't quite see it, whether it goes over it or it goes under it. Now this paper looks which is the top. I think we'll put it that way. Yeah, because these flowers kind of go every which way. And I'm going to just use the liquid glue, run a little strip of liquid glue on there, and just stick it to the bottom so that ties in with the banner on the front. Check the back, make sure, pull the side up just a little bit. There. All right. Now let's run some snail around the edges. Okay. That looks like a little bit of something I want to pull off. Because if it's on the inside of the card, if you have like little clumps of glue, then you can feel it when you're going to write with it. So this is like 4 by 5 1/4. And again, I'll have all of the measurements on my blog post tomorrow. So we'll just put it on the inside. There. So there's the card. The pretty yellow tulips. I love tulips. Unfortunately, I can't have them because we have too many deer in our yard, and deer absolutely love the tulips, but I love them anyway. And I love the yellow tulips and it's nice for Mother's Day. And Mother's Day is just around the corner. So that's my card share for today. I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you very, very much for watching. Have a great week. Bye-bye.